What's good, everybody? This is Robo from All Bark, back with another video. Today on the channel, I'm going to be doing another Summer League recap, going over the games played on Sunday, which was Day 3 in Las Vegas. I'm going to do these recap videos every day in Vegas, so I'll be posting on here each of the next 8 days. Sunday's first game was between the Cleveland Cavaliers and Toronto Raptors, and the Cavs took this one in blowout fashion, 99-76. Cleveland played strong as a unit and was led by Isaiah Mobley's 15 points in 22 minutes. He also grabbed 6 boards and dished out 4 assists on the offensive end, and was hacked all game, taking 14 free throw attempts. Rookie Emoni Bates had a better day, going 5 for 12 from the floor for 12 points and 8 boards. That's a great sign for him, gaining more confidence scoring the ball when the three-pointer's not falling, so we'll see how much he can build on that next game. Sam Merrill took a ton of threes, knocking down 4, leading to his 14-point performance, including 3 in a row. Khalifa Diop flirted with a double-double, grabbing 9 boards to go along with his 7 points. Sharif Cooper wasn't able to duplicate his first game in this one, as he played just 22 minutes, going 1 or 5 from the floor, finishing with 8 points, 5 assists, and a pair of steals. Off the bench, I really like what I saw out of Craig Porter, who I mentioned in my draft grades video as an undrafted guy I could see earning a 2-way contract this summer. He put up 10 points and 6 boards and 19 minutes of action. Pete Nance got more playing time off the bench in this one, dropping 11 and 5 with a pair of assists as well. For the Raptors, the scoring leader was Grady Dick with just 11 points. He showed a lot of mid-range and self-creation flashes in this one, as he only attempted 3 threes and finished the game with 8 rebounds and 4 assists as well. Off the bench, DJ Hogg also put up 11 points with a pair of blocks in just 16 minutes. Marquise Noel really struggled from the floor in the game, going 2 for 11 and finishing with 5 points, 4 assists, and 4 turnovers. Mohamed Gay was really active in his limited time, grabbing 6 boards and 2 blocks in under 16 minutes. I was pretty impressed by RJ Nembhard off the bench for Toronto, putting together a 9-point, 2 assist, and 2 block performance in 16 minutes in the loss.
To stick in the NBA,
those role players that can defend and stop people from scoring.
And this team needed outside shooting.
Yeah, well, look at Wop.
The NBA level, Isaac Barnett has called a singular game at the NBA level. To the left. Travers catches the touchdown pass.
But I want to tell this story about Larry Nance. Larry Nance and Brad Dorr, you know, how he likes to go to, car races.
Noel to the bucket. And well, Hogue for 3. But it's too short. Cooper on the break. Bates swings it to Nance in the corner. Nance open at the top of the key.
In the building today, rooting for each other is great.
The Lakers took down the Hornets 93-75 in the second game of the day in Vegas, led by a big-time game from big man Colin Castleton, who earned a 2-way contract with the Lakers prior to this summer league. He shot 8 of 13 from the field and dropped 21 points and 14 rebounds in just 26 minutes. Jalen Hood-Schifino had his best performance of the summer league, in my opinion, showing some great feel for the game, shooting 50% from the floor, and he finished with 15 and 5, including a block. Max Christie wasn't as effective scoring-wise in this one, but he was creating a lot of open looks for his teammates and finished with 11 points and 6 assists. Defensively, he was all over the Hornets guards, swatting 4 blocks as well. Demoy Hodge was extremely impressive off the bench, finishing with a stuffed stat line of 16 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, a pair of blocks, and a steal. Max Lewis had his best game of the summer league by far, going 5 for 9 with 12 points and looked much more comfortable shooting the ball as he gained more confidence in this one. For the Hornets, the same issues plagued them yet again, as there was almost no ball movement and playmaking out of anyone but Brandon Miller, and he couldn't get anything to fall as he took some contested shots throughout the game as well. He finished 4 of 17 from the floor for 10 points, but also grabbed 7 boards and dished out 4 assists. James Bouknight and Bryce McGowens combined for an 8 for 29 shooting performance and contributed to the nightmare offensive performance from Charlotte. Nick Smith got off to a really rough start in this one, but he settled in a bit, finishing with 11 points and a pair of assists. Amari Bailey was probably the best performer of the day for Charlotte, even though he only played 16 minutes and scored just 9 points. He swiped away 2 steals and looked like the most controlled player on the Hornets roster today.
Misses from outside.
Oh, celebration away. Bouknight's got to be shot ready.
Castleton on the roll. The Lakers and their run to the Western Conference Finals. Got that 5-year max rookie extension worth around $206.
Great coach Ed Azam was used to be the head coach at Westchester High School.
He just shot the ball terrifically. Are the 2 teams that make the championship game.
One of the teams.
In the open floor, Damian Ball.
Shooting the ball with range. What a good passer.
Fudge.
Credit for putting together that roster. Turnover. His coach, Dennis Gates, is here watching him. What a great job he's done with that Missouri Validator.
Yeah. Not going to yell at the ref. I'm just going to see if you got himself a two-way contract. Mike, 2 ways. This is the first year in the new CBA. You get 3 two-way contracts. We know them all.
The floor, pretty good offensive package. Great pass.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Hutch Shapiro was impressive. Plays.
Brandon Miller, who excelled at Alabama last year, passes the year the Lakers won the Summer League title. Signing on for 5 more years with San Antonio. As Hutch for the Hornets, just 3 for 13 in his second.
The number 2 pick in the draft. Great cut.
Game 3 on Sunday was between the Nets and the Knicks, as the Nets got the win 98-80 behind a 21-point night from Armani Brooks. He shot 8 for 15 from the floor and picked up 3 steals and a block on the defensive side of the ball as well. Jalen Wilson absolutely shined on this one with 18 points, 8 boards, and a pair of assists, shooting 50% from the field and knocking down 3 of his 4 triples. David Duke was getting it done on both ends, finishing with 19 points, 4 assists, and 3 steals in under 23 minutes. And rookie big man Noah Clowney had a pretty solid game this time around, with 8.7 boards, 3 assists, and 2 blocks. Across his 25 minutes, he looked really solid, a lot better than last game, much more comfortable shooting the basketball, even though the shot wasn't falling as much in this game. Kennedy Chandler was the main distributor for the Nets this game, as he picked up 7 assists to go with 11 points of his own. For the Knicks, it was a really poor shooting night, as pretty much the entire team struggled from the field. They had a team percentage of 37% and only 27% from 3. Charlie Brown Jr. led the way with 16 points and 6 boards on the night. Isaiah Roby shot it well, going 5 for 9 for 12 points, and he grabbed 6 boards as well. OTE product Jalen Martin took a lot of shots from outside the arc, but couldn't get much to fall, scoring 15 points on a 5 for 14 night. He did, however, finish with 6 assists and a pair of steals. Trevor Keels knocked down a pair of triples for New York in this one, but finished a team low minus 29 in just 19 minutes of play. It's been a rough summer league for Trevor Keels so far. I'm really hoping he gets it going in his 3rd game coming up in a couple days.
Stout defense by the Nets. Chandler to Clowney.
You can play him off the bench. He's proven that he can do it. And again, it's about opportunity. And Harrington, they were great players there.
Wilson.
But Harrington had, the 7-foot mentality. Oh, he only averaged these many points, so he mustn't be good. But we evaluate.
Garrett whips it around the horn. Brown.
And getting to the foul line as often as he has. Now he.
Nets lead. Scap and Sev. Inside.
We both tore our Achilles.
David Duke and Achilles. Armani Brooks pushing it on the other end. Shoots over Foster.
Oh, he can shoot. Shooting-wise than it was.
Martin hasn't been as aggressive here in the second half and gets Duke behind the back to the rack. These kids have so many different opportunities to showcase their talent.
Have to pray for okay. And not only nice and for him to come out and perform.
2 today, but by the start of the season that he can probably.
The next game was supposed to be a battle of the twins, but an ankle injury suffered on Friday night held Amen Thompson out of this one, and the remainder of the Summer League as well. But the Rockets still pulled out the win with a final score of 113-101, thanks to one of the best performances we'll see this summer out of Jabari Smith Jr. Jabari was unguardable, putting down 38 points, 7 boards, and 6 assists on a 13 for 25 shooting night. James Wiseman was absolutely lost trying to defend Jabari, and he knew it, torching him all night off the dribble. Tari Eason had another incredible performance in this one with 26 points, 9 boards, 3 assists, and he had 2 blocks and steals each. He also took 25 shots in this one, knocking down 12 of them on the night. Cam Whitmore looked like someone who was upset the Pistons passed on his services, showing out with a 21-point game, going 9 for 16, including 3 triples. Just a dominant performance from the Rockets' summer big three. They didn't need much production from the bench in this game, but both Darius Days and Jermaine Samuels followed with 8 each. For the Pistons, outside of not being able to stop the Rockets offensively, they played a fairly solid game. Jalen Duren was an absolute freak yet again, going for 23 points, 10 boards, and a block. James Wiseman was awful defensively, but offensively he scored 17 and also grabbed 10 boards for the double-double. Jaden Ivey was excellent this time around, shooting 9 for 15, dropping in 22 points, 10 assists, 2 steals, and a block for a strong double-double performance with a lot of energy on both ends of the floor. As I mentioned in the last video, the defensive improvement from Jaden Ivey is noticeable so far, and that's going to be extremely important for the Pistons' success this year. Rookie 5th overall pick Asar Thompson wasn't seeing his jumper fall early, as maybe some nerves of playing in front of his brother and family got to him, but he settled in nicely, finishing 6 for 13 for 12 points, and absolutely stuffed the stat sheet with 8 boards, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. He's everywhere on the defensive end and clearly brings a new mentality to Detroit, as he's looking like a perfect glue guy with an impressive defensive skill set. Marcus Sasser struggled shooting-wise, but played some solid perimeter defense, slowing the Houston guard attack, and picked up a pair of steals in this game.
There's your guy Eason with the perimeter block.
In this environment with 3 practices, it's just unrealistic. The pass. Oh!
Thompson behind the back, hitting the cutting Ivy. Great no-look fit.
200 offensive rebounds in the NBA season.
5 points in the last 5 minutes. You don't want to give up a single point, and that's what the penalty will be on a
3 today.
A couple of 3-pointers as second one and doneer at Villanova. 5?
Yeah, 85. And all teams are represented, and I think that's, and you know what, they're also in this game. It's not a good matchup right here. Good job running the double out of him.
Done in the first half the other day. Thompson showing off the athleticism.
Oh, what a pass.
And at the horn. Crowd wants Smith to get going. Hits it up.
ISOs, trail threes, dribble handoffs, hard roll.
Last year's draft, 35 points today. There have been 4 77 points between those 3 today. Ivy, nice spin move. Don't forget Victor Wembanyama's second summer.
They put him in different places to see where he's most comfortable. The pass.
Top. A couple of possessions ago, Whitmore, a couple of jab steps actively for the Rockets after the James Harden, Chris Paul run to the Western Conference Finals. A steal. 25 seconds to go. Jabari Smith will have
the Wizards took on the Celtics in the 5th game of the day, with Washington taking the win 103-98. Washington had a big-time team performance, seeing 7 different players score in double figures, and the entire roster recording an assist in this one. And they won the turnover battle with only 12 to Boston's 23. The leading scorer for Washington was Ryan Rollins, who they acquired in the Chris Paul trade from Golden State. Rollins shot 5 for 13 for a total of 17 points, and also nearly had a double-double, recording 9 assists. And on the defensive end, he led the game with 5 steals. Johnny Davis had a decent outing, going just 6 for 16, but he scored 14 points and dished out 3 assists, and grabbed 3 steals in his 30 minutes. Tristan Vukcevic was pretty solid as well, finishing with 14 and 8 and only 23 minutes of play. And 7th overall pick Bilal Coulibaly contributed with an 11.5 rebound night on 45% shooting. Pat Baldwin Jr., who was acquired in that same deal with Ryan Rollins, finished with 10 points on just 6 field goal attempts in this one. The last 2 double-digit scores for Washington came from Jules Bernard from UCLA and Quentin Jackson off the bench, with 10 and 13 respectively. I really like Quentin Jackson's aggressiveness and speed, as he also picked up 3 steals and got fouled a few times in this one, using that athleticism to draw some contact. For Boston, Jordan Walsh wasn't seeing the shots fall in this one like they were the other day, but he had a decent game with 12 points and 3 assists. Justin Champagnie was the player of the game in this one with a 21-point, 12 rebound, 6 assist performance, nearly going on triple-double watch. Point guard J.D. Davidson was really sloppy with the ball, recording 10 turnovers in the game. On the bright side, though, he did finish with 9 assists and 3 steals. Jay Scrubb stayed aggressive off the bench, dropping in 15 points in 20 minutes. And big man Udoka Azubuike went a perfect 7 for 7 from the floor for a 14-point, 10-rebound double-double in just 17 minutes off the bench.
Rollins to the corner. Baldwin for 3. He's down. Back comes Boston with a 1-point lead. Colin Davison. Oh, he went for it. He was big game hunting.
Ready. You're creating opportunities. Dunk.
Big up drive. In front of him. Into the teeth of it. Sets up Alexander for the...
Almost now even more curious about Davis.
Quentin Jackson.
Open. You got to do something.
Champagnie to answer. Champagnie.
Turnovers. Think about how many possessions you've given up. Yep. Dunk. Success.
Walsh. Oh, great has it.
Get more up.
Davison in transition.
With a lot for his short time in Golden State.
Davison set.
Oh my gosh.
Inbound to the rookie Walsh. He'll rise and fire. Back rim. And in! 3-second difference between game and shot clock. Coulibaly cut up by Davison. He'll take the base.
The sixth game of the night was a second Summer League game from Victor Wembanyama as the Spurs took on the Portland Trail Blazers, who were unfortunately without Scoot Henderson due to injury in this one. The Blazers took home the win over San Antonio despite not having Scoot with a final score of 85-80. The Blazers were led by Michael DeVoe, who put up a game-high 29 points on 17 shots, and he also recorded 5 assists and 2 steals along with it. Jabari Walker looked really good out there, dropping in a double-double with 12 points, 11 boards, and 2 steals, knocking down a couple of threes in the process. Chris Murray didn't play much in this one, recording just 2 field goal attempts and missing both of them, but he did pick up 4 rebounds and 2 assists, as well as a steal. Shaedon Sharpe had a nightmare efficiency night, going 4 for 18 from the floor for just 9 points, but he grabbed 8 boards and dished out 4 assists and had a couple highlight plays, including a steal and a block defensively. Duop Reith was really good off the bench, nearly dropping a double-double in this one, with 13 points and 9 boards. For the Spurs, it was all about the Victor Wembanyama redemption game, as he absolutely delivered in this game, putting up 27 points and 12 boards and swatted away 3 shots on the night. He shot a much better 9 for 14 from the floor, including a pair of triples, and could have potentially gotten a 30-piece if he was a bit better at the free throw line, as he missed 5 free throws. Dominic Barlow had a great game in this one, going for 17 points, 6 boards, and 2 blocks. Julian Champagnie didn't shoot the ball much, going just 1 for 6 across 30 minutes of action. And Malachi Branham had an absolute disaster shooting performance, knocking down 1 shot out of 17 attempts. I don't know if we'll ever see Branham shoot this poorly ever again, as his game's all about efficiency, especially with that floater, and tonight was just not his night, but he did record 4 assists to lessen the blow a little bit. Blake Wesley was pretty good, finishing with 14 and 5. Shooting 50% on the night. And lastly, Sidy Cissoko finally got involved a bit on the offensive end, shooting a perfect 3 for 3 from the floor, including 2 made threes, going for 8 points and 2 dimes.
DeVoe for 3.
On Bolts, and we get down to cover the Spurs.
Behind the drag screen, that 3 is off the mark. Good rebound. Don't tell Barlow. All the way. Got to roll with it.
We had Benedict Mathurin set to talk to us yesterday.
He was late to the game of basketball, so he's still learning and figuring it out. Sharpe.
He's been in the gym the whole time, the whole summer, so I think it's just exciting, and I feel like
Wemby on the post up. Off glass, there's the touch. Flashes into the mid-post. Nice looking turn to go with 10 rebounds. DeVoe with the sweep through, block. Barlow, Wemby for 3, butter!
Ball needed to swing back to Victor Wembanyama.
DeVoe with the silencer.
The next game was between the Atlanta Hawks and Denver Nuggets, and the Hawks took this one in a tight battle, 98-93. Atlanta got a big-time game from Tyrese Martin as he dropped 21 points on just 12 shots. Kobe Buffkin looked really smooth during this game despite a really cold start, as he started off 1 for his first 9, but he settled in and finished with 17 points, 6 assists, and 5 boards, and he even picked up a block on the defensive end. Mohamed Gay was pretty impressive in this game as he played 24 minutes and ended up with 10 points and 6 boards, going 3 for 5 from the field, including 2 threes made. I really like his versatility on both ends and think his rebounding will improve to his college levels fairly soon. The Hawks are really just rebounding as a team right now. AJ Griffin didn't play over 20 minutes in this game, and he also wasn't too effective either, going just 2 for 8, scoring 6 points and dishing out 3 assists. Brady Manick had another really solid game off the bench, scoring 10 points and picking up 2 blocks in 18 minutes of action. And Seth Lundy shot the ball pretty well, knocking down a pair of threes, ending up with 8 points, but defensively he was super active, swatting 3 blocks in those 16 minutes. Lastly, Vit Krejci was a perfect 4 for 4 off the bench and dished out 6 dimes as well. For the Nuggets, Peyton Watson was pretty good yet again, dropping in 15 points on 11 shot attempts. Jalen Pickett was really effective, scoring 16 points and dishing out 5 assists, and defensively he played really well, picking up 2 steals and a block. Hunter Tyson matched Pickett's 16 points, dishing out 3 assists of his own, and Colin Gillespie caught fire from deep in this one, knocking down 5 threes and a free throw for all 16 of his points. It was a tough go for Julian Strawther in this one as he shot 2 for 13, including 8 misses from deep, but he finished a positive 5 on the plus-minus, so he still found ways to impact the game positively. Lastly, the Nuggets saw some solid minutes out of Cassius Stanley, as he scored 10 points in under 10 minutes in this one.
He'll step back and knock down. Mohamed Gay.
Gay has to set that screen right there.
Buffkin plays with it a little bit, more quickly. Instead, it's Martin now over Watson.
Really gave the Hawks the boost they needed. Shooting better than he did, and that is
Buffkin, a lot of dribbling, and the guards on those picks are not quite there yet. Martin to the corner, comes back out for Buffkin, and he knocks.
He's not holding the ball. Like, this is not a real NBA situation, right?
To Manick, that's a good pass. Back inside, that's a better pass. Cassius Stanley has it. Into Manic. Wow. Buffkin. Another switch. Krejci hands it off.
Do something for him.
Hunter Tyson hunting time here. Krejci, Euro step. Beautiful fit. Gillespie is knocked down. 4 threes make it 5.
The Wildcats of the East.
Krejci. Catch and shoot.
Oh, okay.
Lundy, you came up with that rebound.
Wow.
Gillespie got in there,
Give it
but
back
couldn't
to
collect it. Buffkin to the corner.
It's a
Manic
bucket.
for 3. Got it. Martin crossover into Peyton Watson, the left hand.
The Pelicans took down the Warriors in the final game of the night with a final score of 94-86. For the Pelicans, Dyson Daniels flirted with a triple-double despite a poor shooting night. On 18 attempts, he scored 17 points, but he grabbed 15 rebounds and dished out 8 assists as well, and he swiped both a pair of steals and blocks in the contest. Darion Sebron went off in this game, dropping in 25 points, 6 boards, and 3 assists on a super efficient 8 for 11, as well as 9 for 13 from the free throw line. Jordan Hawkins didn't see his three-pointer go down as much, but he still managed a strong 16.5 rebound game as he was able to score off the dribble a fair amount. E.J. Liddell was less effective in this game, scoring just 8 points and picking up 6 fouls in 20 minutes of action. Despite the loss, Lester Quinones dropped in a game-high 26 points for the Warriors, knocking down 4 triples in the process. Guy Santos continued his strong Summer League performance with another 13 points tonight. Brandon Podziemski almost picked up a triple-double, falling 1 rebound shy, as he ended with 10 points, 10 assists, and 9 boards. He only shot 3 for 16 in this one. I'm really hoping we get to see a game from him where he catches fire because he can put up points in a hurry. Michael Jantonen was the best performer off the bench for the Warriors, putting in 16 points and 5 boards on a 4 for 7 night, as he was perfect 6 for 6 from the line. Trace Jackson Davis still hasn't made his debut for the Warriors, and I'm still holding out hope he makes it here in Vegas soon.
Quinones fires the 3. Nice ball movement. Quinones cash out. Brockington over to Dyson Daniels. That's the 42% on his threes this year on high volume, about 11 or 12 attempts. A little bit counterintuitive at times. Crutcher with a Brockington and 1. Count it. Santos. Podziemski.
Nice.
Everybody got a touch, and it ends with the...
There, he wanted a whistle. I don't know that I disagree with him.
Podziemski with a quick foul out of Santa Clara. Podziemski, he's got 8. And
Great post. Liddell, great post.
Here, he shot it well. Corner. Quinones had it slip away. Daniels there. Handle. Hawkins with 2 on the clock, has to pull. Daniels spins, sprays it out to the corner. 5 on the clock. Nice little step through. 7, that might be enough.
I mean, Daniels doing everything you'd want a guy to do in this situation.
Collins on the ghost screen. Podziemski. Nice bullet pass to Hawkins.
It was another great day of basketball as there was a lot of players' second games of the summer, and we saw some guys bounce back strong or continue to build off prior performances. The Summer League action is going to continue tomorrow with another 6-game slate that'll recap the next afternoon. Other than that, though, that's going to be it for the Summer League recap video, guys. Thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.